Okay, first of all, that was a hell of a college football game. What an environment for college football. What an environment for us, the University of Texas. I thought our fans were unbelievable. They came out. Our student section was fantastic. I think we had a record crowd today. I don't know the exact number, but over 105,000 people, and it felt like it. And I want to thank them for their support and what they brought and what they, supported our guys. I thought our team played hard, played tough, overcame a lot of adversity today, continued to battle and fight. In the end, that's the best team in the country. In a weird way, we can kind of feel pretty good about ourselves of kind of where we're at in the state of our program. None of us come to the University of Texas not to win, right? Not to win those games, and that's why you play in those games. And, I'm very appreciative of the crowd supporting our guys at the end for our style of play and the way we played, because I think we played Texas football today. But in the end, it still stings, right? You get involved in sport to try to win the game, and unfortunately, we didn't do that today. But I'm proud of the way our team played and the way they responded to some tough situations. You lose your starting quarterback. That's never fun. And then your backup quarterback gets in the game, and he's halfway injured and fights through. We gave up a long touchdown run there, 90-yard touchdown run or whatever it was. Our defense responded. I think they went 6 straight punts after that. We come out. We drive down at the end of the first half and miss the field goal and turn right around and come back in the second half and continue to battle and compete. So, hey, that was a physical game. Alabama's a very physical team. All the credit in the world to them. They found a way to make plays when they needed to. Bryce Young, Houdini act, getting out of the sack to scramble down the sideline to put them in field goal range. So, great teams find a way. I thought we found a way there to take the lead, and I thought we had found a way to win it. And so I don't think we're that far off, And as I told the team, I don't look at this as, we lost. We ran out of time. I felt good about us finding a way to go down and score again there, but the clock hit 0. But we didn't lose today. We just ran out of time. Proud of our kids, proud of our team, proud of our coaches for the preparation. And now the key to the drill is getting back on the horse tomorrow and getting right back to work. We play again in 7 days. This wasn't, I think somebody, one of y'all asked me early in the week, is this game going to define us and define our season? It's not. We've got 10 more games, regular season games to go play. Our season will be defined on how we play throughout the entirety of the season. And that next step comes next Saturday. So we don't have a lot of time for the poor me's and the woe me's. And I don't think we will. I think our team's going to hold their head high with the way they played, and we'll get back to work and hopefully come out on top next Saturday.
Raise your hand if you have a question. We'll get a mic to you. Start with Bob up in the front.
Sark, first, do you have an update on Quinn?
Yeah, he's got looks like a clavicle sprain. We don't know the severity quite yet. He's going to have an MRI.
And then second, just how do you think Hudson responded, and how much of the game plan shifted once Hudson came in the game? Was it any at all, or how much do you have to kind of regroup when something like that happens?
Well, the game plan didn't change. What changed the game plan was when Hudson couldn't move. When your quarterback can't move and you're going against that defensive front, that's when it started to change some, and we had to start really tweaking on the fly to protect him, quite frankly. So it wouldn't have changed if he was healthy and feeling good, but ultimately, he got rolled up, and so things had to start getting adjusted. I thought Hudson handled it great. A couple really good completions there, a couple big scrambles. He's always used his legs well. Big time completion to Casey Kane there on the final drive to second to last drive to get us down there for the field goal. As a guy who he wasn't getting first team reps all week. So when you come in those types of situations, they're never easy. And I thought he performed more than admirably for us.
Stay on your left, Brian.
Steve, just your team's defensive effort today was exceptional. Could you talk about that? And just now that the game's over, what did you want Gary to study on them and his plan and preparation and the defensive staff and getting ready to stop Bryce Young and company?
I think, first of all, our defense did an unbelievable job, and our defensive staff did a tremendous job preparing our players. Give our players a lot of credit for, again, having belief and trust in their coaches to execute the plan, to go out and do it at a really high level. I thought we played tough. I thought we played physical. I thought we played hard. For the most part, I think we tackled well. It's unfortunate the one run got out for the long run. You know, that's a talented group they have. You know, a lot of good players, good quarterback. Thought we affected the quarterback enough. You know, bad luck on the potential safety there. That could have changed the kind of the complexion of the game, but that's football, man. That's the way it goes. So appreciate the guys, the coaches and their preparation, and the players buying into the plan and then executing it.
What kind of explanation did you get on the safety?
They can't review intentional grounding. So I'm not sure what the initial call was. It was really just kind of odd that the play kind of ended. No one signaled incomplete. No one signaled safety. They just signaled targeting. And then they reviewed the targeting and then deemed it an incomplete pass, but you can't review intentional grounding. If they had ruled intentional grounding on the field, then they would have discussed, or they would have discussed in the moment. But I think a lot of the attention was on, did DeMarvion target the quarterback, which he did not. So then it went to, by rule, you can't review intentional grounding.
Did any of your coaches, anybody say that it looked like it was intentional grounding, which of course would be a safety?
Yes,
Yeah.
but the rule's the rule. And they explained it really clearly to me. We had, you know, the very thoughtful discussion on the sideline with the official, and he explained that that was the rule. And the rule's the rule. You know, you can't, that's why we have rules. You know, it's like anything in life. So that tough break.
On your right, Anwar.
Coach, just a quick housekeeping question before my other question. Deshaun Jameson, injury as well?
Yeah, he had an ankle. We don't know the severity yet.
Okay. Coach, obviously no coach wants to really talk about moral victories, but when you consider everything that you guys went through last year, the hard work this offseason to come so close, even though you don't want to use that term,
Right.
are there some positives that you can kind of take from, you know, everything today?
A bunch of positives. You know, but first of all, I'll say I'm so proud of our team. You know, because let's call it like it is. Nobody gave us a chance in this game. None of you, none of the national media, nobody gave us a chance, okay? But we believed in our locker room we could go win this game. And we played like a team that believed they could win this game. And we played like a team that thought they were going to win the game. Things happen, bad breaks happen. We end up not winning. So I'm super proud of our guys that they played our style of football, our brand of football. You know, I thought we played with great energy from start to finish. I thought we had tremendous effort in all three phases. I thought we played a tough brand of football. I thought we were hitting, we were physical. I thought we were mentally tough. You know, we overcame a lot of adversity today. I thought we made plays when we had some opportunities to make them. And I thought we played pretty smart today. You know, I don't think there was any plays where you're like, what are they doing? So that's our style. And I'm proud that we played our style of football, our brand of football, against a quality team. So, yeah, there's a lot to be proud of. But I know when I watch this tape, there's going to be a lot of things that I know we can improve upon. And that's the key to the drill to any season, especially early in the season, is that we've got to continue to improve individually across the board so that we can improve collectively. And there's plenty for us to work on, to get better at. Clearly, you know, this was a physical game. I think both teams are probably a little bit beat up coming out of this one. So we might have some opportunities for some other guys that are going to have to step up and help contribute to the team.
On your far right, George.
Hey, Coach. So your offense used a lot of guys today. How important was it for both Quinn and Hud to be able to connect and connect well with so many different receivers?
Well, you know, I was obviously part of the plan. You know, we wanted to get different aspects, different personnel groupings, different players involved in the plan. we clearly took some shots. We ended up hitting one. We didn't hit on the others. I thought maybe we had a PI on another one. We didn't get it. And that all comes down to timing, right? Chemistry. I thought Quinn was in a really good rhythm when he was in the game. I felt really good about the way he was playing tonight against a really good defense. Hud, like I said, he doesn't get those first team reps with all those guys. And so for him to come in and compete the way that he did, like I said, more than proud of the way he played.
In the middle, center.
Hey, Steve, you guys gave them all they could handle and more. How do you, as a head coach and your staff and the leadership in that locker room, sustain this moving forward? Because it was definitely a Showtime game, and, it was easy to get up for Alabama.
Yeah, the fight's not over. We just got done saying that. The fight's not over. You don't fight for one game and then, we got round 3 next week. The fight's going on. And so, the bell's going to ring and we got to come out of the corner again and we got to start swinging again. So I think the way that our team looks at this is, man, if that was the best team in the country and we took them down to the wire, then that should instill a lot of confidence in us when we practice really well, when we prepare really well, when we go into the games with the right state of mind. We can play with about anybody. And so that's the challenge, right? It's the work we do throughout the week that prepares us for game day, and we can't lose sight of that.
Over here on your left, Steve.
Steve, you mentioned impacting Bryce through pressure and really kind of stymieing them through that. How much of what Alabama did today was because of what you did to them? And there was also just a bunch of uncharacteristic things, from working there. I think they had 16 penalties, which was the most Nick's ever had. How much of that do you think was you, and how much do you think maybe it was the moment here?
Well, I think the environment created a little, let's call it anxiousness for a lot of people involved in the game. I'm sure a lot of the kids on that team wanted to play well because it was me and Coach Banks and Coach Flood. Like they know us, and we battled every day in practice just like we knew them. I think their defensive front knew we had a freshman quarterback essentially making a second career start. There was a little anxiousness, being offsides and roughing the passer. But I'd like to think, we created some of those mishaps too, and they weren't alone. We had a tough penalty on a long run or a long completion where we're trying to play physical and, we hit a defenseless player behind the play early in the game. So I think the energy in the stadium created kind of some uncharacteristic errors on both sides. But I'd like to think maybe, we had a little bit of part to do with that.
On your right, Max.
Yes, Steve. This Alabama roster well. Obviously, to beat them takes a great plan, takes great effort. But are you proud of just the talent level that your roster kind of showed today, just in going up against an opponent like that and kind of showing you kind of where this roster and this team's at?
Well, I think we're coming. We recruited well a year ago. I think we're recruiting really well right now. I think we're recruiting not just the body types, but the personality traits that fit our style and the way we go about our business. We're not a finished product by any means, so we're a young team right now. And sometimes young is good because we don't have some of the battle scars that can affect your performance moving forward. We got a bunch of hungry guys that want to just go on the field and play football. And then we got some really good leadership on some older players in the way they go about their business that show them how to do it. But I think we're on the come. I think that we're moving in the right direction of the roster, the style of play, and the mentality to go out and play against quality opponents week in and week out.
In the middle, Kirk, 2 last ones.
Do you think you changed perceptions from the outside people today? I know you always want to block out the noise, but you obviously have an inner confidence, but I wonder if you changed some minds today.
I don't really care. I care about our team, The perception doesn't matter. Like I said, the perception was we were supposed to walk out there today and get blown out. So I don't know. So much for perception.
Terry, do you have a question?
Coach, congratulations on the outcome, not the loss, but the way you played. You talked about throughout the whole entire preseason about the preparation. I can't imagine there's anything you would change about that preparation, but that's what got you here. You had blinders on, and the team had blinders on. But is there anything about the preparation you're going to change?
I really don't think so. Like I said, I thought our kids were ready to play. I thought they did as good a job as they could have done with so much of the noise that was surrounding them. Like I said, I thought when adversity struck today, I thought we responded. We had a little bit of bad luck today too, so that happens sometimes.
Two last ones. Stuart in the back, and then Danny up front.
Steve, you talked about the physicality in this game. Did it remind you of kind of those battles you had in the SEC when you were playing SEC opponents? And I know Texas is a couple years away still from that, joining that league, but should Texas fans expect kind of this style of football as you guys evolve your program?
And I think so. That's kind of what it looks like. There's a lot of big people, a lot of fast people that run and hit, and that's kind of what it takes. But that's football in general. That's not. I know the SEC gets a lot of credit for it because of the quality of players in that league. There's a lot of physical football teams in the Big 12 too that we got to get ready for.
Last one up front.
Steve, can I just get your quick thoughts on Bert's performance, and also was Charles close at all to coming in the game for Hudson?
I was proud of Bert. It was a tough deal. It's 2 weeks in a row where we had a snap hold issue for him that, we don't make the kick at the end of the first half. But what a big time kick there to end the game, and he hits 3 straight field goals, and I think that was a 49-yarder at the end to give us a lead with about a minute and a half to go. So proud of him. Charles was ready. We didn't know exactly. We were kind of checking with Hudson before every series to see how he's going. So Charles was ready if he needed to go in.